Do you hear music, by the way, on the stream? I don't, but I want to make sure that I'm not being. Oh, I do. Okay.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Oh, and you can hear me. Oh, I had no idea that that was working. Oh, that explains everything. There I am. Okay, well, I did a whole intro just now and nobody heard it, so it is what it is. Hey, everyone, if you're joining me or if you're listening to a recording of this, that's fine. I'm on Blue Rose. I'm here to build models and hang out. And if you want to watch someone build models or just paint alongside or build something with me, then I'd really like that. So, yeah, just hang out with me. Let's see what's going on. Chat if you'd like to. I'm always available to just chill, hang out, and be a friend if you need one. Alrighty. When we last left off, we had just finished building one of our Paragon warsuits. We changed up the pose. We've been changing up the pose for all of them, trying to give them something more interesting than their basic box, basic bitch look. Um, I thought their original stuff was kind of boring, so I want to make it more interesting, and that's the point of it. We've added some bullets to their shawls here. We've give her the old Morvenn pose, so she looks kind of like her Abbess. Now this isn't Morvenn here. We just wanted to give her a similar pose because Morvenn is not going to have a pose like that. She's going to have something different. All right, canvas. There we go. That box. Ooh, ooh. Okay. That box was not playing nice. Okay, let's just add this in the way, and maybe that'll hold enough. So, eh, eh, play with me, hang out with me. There we go. Alright, so the first thing I'd like to start is not with Morgan Val herself. I know it seems like I'm stalling, but I promise it's not that. We are trying to just get something going here that we want to pin it first off. So I like to pin them and sort of strengthen the model a little bit and it's something that I like to do to them about about as soon as I can to I think this might be too thick. But it's just something that I like to do to get them to just look a little bit more to get to be more stable. Look at me, I'm not even focused at all. So let me turn down my music here. I didn't realize I can turn down my volume through my headset. So I've just been kind of deaf the whole time. Just trying to hope to God that this sounds kind of like it's supposed to. So I'm just turning that down a little bit. If the music is low or if you want me to turn it up a little bit, it's meant to be a chill stream, then, just let me know. But for now, I'm just kind of doing a thing and we're going to see what happens. The point of this is to have some fun. It don't gotta be perfect, it just gotta get done. I think this is about the right size after all, so we're just gonna roll with it. And I'm just gonna drill through her foot, and hopefully she doesn't get too mad at me, and it actually complies. The last three, well, two, sorry, the last two that I've done, 'cause I'm working on the third. Thank you, sweetheart. My wife very kindly just made me some tea. Oh, and she got me a cookie. You're gonna hear some crunching sounds here soon. Thank you, baby. You're gonna hear some crunching sounds here soon. That's just how it is. It be that way sometimes. And um, let's see here. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, there. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start by drilling a hole in her, starting with her foot. And if I get this right, hopefully, uh, hopefully I'm not mucking this up too bad, and I've got a straight shot into her leg. Now, odds of this going well, best best 1 out of 3 at this point because the other two I've just kind of drilled right through her calf, and well, if that were me, I really wouldn't appreciate it. And I've got a nice 2 holes in there. But the whole point of pinning, if you don't really do it or if you haven't started doing it yet, is just to give them a little bit more stability. So that's kind of the whole point of it. We want them to stick well, and with models like this big, you might want to give them a little bit more reinforcement. So the point of this is to get a little bit of wire through them, or in this case, we're going to use well, I think I have some here. I can't think of the name of it because I'm silly and stupid right now, and I haven't had enough caffeine. But oh, why can't I? Paper clips. Yeah, see? And you can buy a bunch of these at your local office store, so you'll never be in short supply of them. And there it is. Great. Wonderful. Everyone did a good job today. Alright, so I'm definitely feeling a little bit more awake than I was last night. I'm not really quite used to streaming every night, but I've kind of liked it. You guys are keeping me disciplined on the model building front, all 5 of you that joined me yesterday. But I appreciate that you join me. I appreciate that you hang out with me while I do this. I know it's not always the most interesting stream, but it's certainly got to be more fun than whatever else you must be doing, right? So join me, hang out with me. I wish I could be cool and have like a call-in number and I could just give you like advice as I was building models. It could be really zen. But this is oh, my hand's getting tired doing this. But this is a brand new thing, so, it has possibility of becoming something else. Just because it starts one way doesn't mean it ends that way. So, you gotta give the creative process time to do its thing, whatever that might be. Alright, this isn't going so bad. I think I've got a straight line in, so let's hope that that's the case. And we're just going to keep on drilling until we've got about enough depth in here that we're drilling directly into like her leg, and we can go ahead and pin it and add a little bit of stability. And I'll show you what that looks like on the other models so you get kind of an idea of it. Um, it'll be fine, it'll be good, and even if we make a mistake, it's not the end of the world because it's just a model. It's not the end of the world. Don't be so hard on yourselves. This is meant to be a relaxing experience. It's not meant to be super hard. This is your world, you know, and you can be creative. You can do what you want. You can make it interesting. You can make it exciting if you want to, or you can do it by the books and paint it by the numbers. There's no judgment there. It's how you want to do it. So remember that and enjoy it. So here we go. I think if I keep going at that angle, we're going to drill into something that we don't want to. So let's go ahead and test that out. And as an example, the reason why we're doing that is because we want to be able to do this. And I'm telling you, especially for models like this, it makes it a hell of a whole of a heck of a lot easier to paint them later, prime them later, and give them a really nice and interesting finish. Yeah, there it is. Got a hair in my nose. There we go. One of my hairs somehow up there. I know that sounded weird. It is weird, you know. Admittedly, that was weird. But yeah, that's what we're going for. Now I think this arm is a little bit high. I might have to bend that into a position that is much more understandable. So we'll figure that out as we get there. But I might just stick some glue and make some adjustments later. You can make your edits later on. We don't got to do that right now because tonight is MORVENN time. I remember she said that in one of the novels, I guess, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's see here, right off the bat. I've got some wire there. I know you guys can see me on camera, but yeah, here we go, some wire and some paper clip. That's what we're going to be using for this one. Let's see how deep that hole goes. All right, let's see here. That's deep enough, I think. I mean, it's only like yeah, that's enough. I don't know who you are, Soul Tadpole. That was hilarious, and that got me. I'm gonna tell that joke to my wife, and we're gonna have a good laugh about it. But that was funny. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was really funny. And if you're new to the stream, I don't know if you've been here before, but I really appreciate it. That was really funny. So, uh, that was good. I could use a good laugh. I just, I had a good run this afternoon. I just took a nice shower. I've got some tea, and I've just got a new friend here who's telling some good jokes. I don't know if you caught that one icy deal, but that was pretty funny. And I'll read it out in case anybody hasn't. So something I've noticed with gas prices going up, the only people who seem not to notice are the Warhammer 40k fans, as they are pretty much used to paying $100 a tank. Sadly, it's one of the reasons why I won't buy one of the immolators that I'm kind of lusting over, or any of the rhinos. Is just they're just so expensive, and I've got all these things that I've already got. There's also the what's the chick on the throne who's like hates everybody? The throne of shame or something. Um, yeah, thank you for pitting that. That's a good one. Mm. Now I hope y'all don't mind. I've got a little cookie to have with my tea. This is a chill stream. We're here to hang out. We're here to, talk Warhammer. Um, White Witch. Is that a kind of no? This is a kosher, safe NSFW stream. I wouldn't. I don't know what White Witch is. Maybe I'm the White Witch of the East or the West or something, but I don't know what that is actually. Oh, oh, mmm, mmm. Good cookie. Slurp. Okay. So, it's the chick on the throne. It's a new Sister of Battle model that came out a little while ago, the Walker one, and it's just like that's too much. I don't know if I'm gonna field that. I barely play the game enough as it is. I'm just here to build cool models. Now, Soul, I'm not sure if I've known you or if I've seen you before, but The plan for tonight, after I finish pinning this model, if I can find my super glue, which is underneath this Morven Ball, that is the plan for tonight. But that's not the only plan for that. See, I, okay, let me explain. She's already got this pose for a reason. I've given this regular Paragon Warsuit this pose. This is not Morven Ball. Um, Morven Ball is going to get something akin to Sanguinius's. I don't know if you've seen the Sanguinius model, but Sanguinius is, oh my god, this, yeah, I just spilled some tea. Ugh, there we go. This is an unsafe place for my tea. Let me move that over there. It's got like a Saint Michael pose, and so what I really want to do, because I'm psychotic, is give the I want to give Morven Ball the sort of sanguineous coming down on something pose. I think it's a suitable look for the model. I think it makes it so much more interesting. And I don't want to stop there because, but wait, there's more. We're going to be adding wings to her because she's the Abbess Sanctorum of the Sisters of Battle, so why wouldn't she have an extra pair of flying wings, you know? So we've got 6 wings, 6, count them 6, that we're going to be adding to her. And pray for me because that's going to be quite a ride. Alrighty. And there's that. So we're going to leave that there. She's hopefully going to stay like that. And I'm just going to set her down somewhere. I have so much room on this thing. Okay. Yeah, sit that up there. You stay there. There. Great. Alright, everything's going pretty well. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Yeah, very nice. You see all my tools, my desk is a mess, just like any other Warhammer player or builder or painter. And I'm sad because like the last few days all anybody has seen is me building Paragon warsuits. Not that that's a bad thing, but you know, we haven't gotten to the painting part, the Bob Ross part of the program. There is no program. I'm your friend and I'm here to build and paint models with you, and that's the point of this. So hang out, you know. If you've got models of your own, paint them, build them, and come with me, hang out with me. Um, if I'm talking too much, um, you can turn me off. But I've never heard anybody wanting to do anything else but turn me on. The jokes don't get any better than that, folks. I am so sorry, but it is what it is. So that model is pinned. I put her to the side in a precarious position. We're going to do what we can to not move her too much while the paint glue dries. These are the wings that we're going to be using. I've got these printed out wings that I got some off some Etsy store, and I've got several of them. I also have a friend of mine who's got these like Drukari wings that he uh, is offering to sell to me, which I really appreciate. But this is kind of the name of the game, and this is what we're planning on doing. So, you know, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna have a good time. You know, wings, Sisters of Battle. We're gonna have you know, do a thing. It's gonna be cool. All right, so I've got those. Everybody knows the plan now. And here's Morven Val. Now, I've kind of been dreading this moment, but I'm kind of hyped for it too because I relish the challenge of a model that I don't know how to do. And fuck it, we ball, right? Fuck it, we ball. All right, where are the instructions for this thing? We're gonna go sort of step by step until we go off the rails. Oh, it's over there. Already, I was studying this last night, and there's a base here. I will eventually have to turn that into what I call a cookie. Um, I will show you what I mean by that in a second here. I like to prepare my bases with, what is this one actually? This is the first time anyone's actually seen me. Some technical Armageddon dust. Good stuff. It creates a really good texture here. And I use it for most of my Sisters of Battle. I'm going to keep a few of them out actually because I keep having to reach back and grab a few, and it stops the flow of the stream because because yeah, we care about how technically savvy I am. I'm an idiot. What do you want from me? I'm not that good at this. I'm just one person doing a bunch of stuff all at once, and I'm figuring it out, guys. I'm figuring it out. Hold on. Let me. I like being on my little Nurgle footrest there. That feels much better. There. Okay. So, uh, all of my Sisters of Battle have like this color scheme. I give them this sort of Emperor's Children light color scheme. I really like it. I think it looks really good. And when everyone is coordinated with these colors and when this is happening, it looks fucking sweet. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to leave this as a model up there so everyone just kind of sees it and knows that it's there. And I can reach over for it and maybe even grab some references. Not that I really need a reference on my own models, but whatever. Autism. People like to see what I do, I guess, if they want to. Or I'm just talking into the void, so it's all good. Mm. All right, so let's see what we've got going on over here. Let's see. So Morvenval's pose is socks, and I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. So let me see here what we got. All right, let's see. Oh God, I really have been dreading this, but it has to be done. It must be done. So we're gonna start building some of the basic pieces that go with it, parts that won't really be affected by the pose that I'm doing. And then I will have to kind of switch around and look at some of my, reference art. Really, I saved a bunch of pictures of the Sanguinius model as he's coming down to whoop some ass. And that's kind of what we're doing here. So it's going to be a good time. There we go. Put that up there. My wife dyed her hair and she's looking for the seal of approval, and I have given it. She gets a purity seal of approval. It's that good. It's that good, everybody. Unfortunately, she is not wearing enough clothes to be on camera. Hell, I'm barely wearing enough clothes to be on camera. So it is what it is, but it's a Sunday night. It feels like a Saturday night. Ah, it's Memorial Day weekend. Man, how time flies. Alrighty, let's see what we got going on. So, let's start picking this apart and messing this up and questioning my life's decisions. I do this like every Friday night. Come on, it's all good. Let's do this. Let's rock. Alright, let's do part 1 and part 4. And if I mess this up so fast, well, it is what it is. Let's see, part 4. Oh man, I am about to muck this up. But remember, and I say this all the time, and I want you all to remember this, it don't gotta be perfect, it just gotta get done. So try not to be so hard on yourselves as you go through this process. We're just painting plastic. Just put the paint on the plastic. Just put that paint on the plastic and stop questioning so much. Alright, there we go. Opposite side. Da 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 da. I'm loving it. That's that's the Subways song. I'm sorry. I'm just trolling now. I didn't mean that. I kind of did, though. Alright, let's see here. Alright, just cleaning up this spot here. And, I know that GW sells like a little scraper thing. Don't like it. Don't use it. Don't need it. Nah, sorry, GW. Up your game. I like to use an X-Acto knife and the thrill of always cutting the skin off of my fingers. Really just exciting that way. I spent all this time making my hands pretty just for me to mess them up again. There it is. There we are. High society. Man, if you've been on the internet long enough, you'll know exactly where that's from. And if not, congratulations, you're not as big of a loser as I am. But you're here hanging out with me, watching a Warhammer stream, so, leave your judgments at the door. Let's see. There it is. And just making some nice, clean. We're just edging this thing and getting it nice and clean up. Giggity, 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 go. Get this cleaned up. There. And there. And, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not entering this into a competition unless we are. But we're not. we're just having a little bit of fun with it. So, don't obsess too much. I'm not trying to win any golden demons. It really is icy deal. Like, exactos are cheaper, easier to maintain, and once it gets not useful anymore, you can just slip it out and get a new one. It's like a condom, once it's made its use, you just throw it in the toilet or so. I don't know, where do you get rid of your knives? And I'm sounding particularly unhinged tonight. The coffee has been good, the tea has been poppin', the music is good, everything is great. It's good to see you, Icelia. Thanks for coming by and hanging out on the stream. Mm, damn fine mess we've gotten ourselves into. Now, I want to link one of my friends to this little party of mine, but I really don't know how to do this. So, I guess we're just gonna muck it up until it works. Oh well. Yeah, good times. Good times made by all. Everyone's having a grand old time. Yeah, but Exacto knives, I agree. They're probably the best bang for your buck as far as these are concerned. Um, I think, hold on, I'm getting a couple of chats that I cannot see, and I need all the help I can get here because my computer is all over the place. What in the giggity godness is going on? There. Uh, this is just not working. Oh, there it is. Ha. So I have several chats running at the same time, and again, I'm not a professional. I don't know what I'm doing. This is an amateur stream, and I'm being very kind about it at that point. But it's an amateur stream, and we are just trying our best. Alrighty, let's see. Here we go, and sending this to a friend of mine, and hopefully they can see it, or hopefully they don't. I don't know. We're doing our best. Okay, great. So I think I've. Oh no, I haven't even done enough. I see deal. I hope you're working on something tonight. I hope you're getting a chill night. I know that you've been very busy. I'm not going to air out your personal stuff on the internet, of course, but hope that you've gotten a chance to chill out and rest. Oh, please. You know what? Don't. You know what? Don't. I feel seen. Okay, I admit. You've immediately caught me. Um, Icy Deal is a good personal friend of mine, and he knows all good and well that I am lying to the internet right now and saying don't obsess about the fine details because I'm just saying that. I don't really mean it. No, really, I get a little perfectionist when it comes to it. It makes sense. My convent, my Norris, is based on the Emperor's Children pre heresy. Okay, nothing bad could happen there. Um, and I love to talk about the lore of my little convent, how they're influenced by Fulgrim, but they didn't know that was Fulgrim. They just thought he was this cool purple prince that fell from the sky and came over and liberated their planet. And they modeled all their colors and their stuff and their things after it. They're called the Blue Roses. They're modeled after the Sacred Rose. I think they're cool, but that's because they're mine. It's a very my dad can beat up your dad type of mentality. It is what it is. All right, I think that looks good enough. We'll see what happens. All right, let's stick this on that one, and we'll go from there. How does this go? Oh, those paint fumes are nice and strong. I mean, glue fumes are nice and strong. It's just what Mama needed. All right, let's see here. Where does this go? It's a good thing I don't need a clearance for my job or a drug test or whatever. Let's see here. There's that and that and that and that. Stick some glue on that and pray to God I did that right. Okay. Anyway, Icy Deal, I hope you're working on something cool tonight, or modeling something, or building something, or painting something, or even getting some game time in. I know that you've been working hard lately, so getting some time to relax will be very good for you. Um, Always, of course. Always. Let's see here. Let me just add some on those edges. The thing I've learned about this glue, oh shit, you're working on the parasite of Mortrex. Sick. I like the name of that, and I don't know why, but there's something very imposing about that model's name, the parasite of Mortrex, and I think that's cool. Um, I think things should have scary sounding names because, like, if I have to face down a thing called the parasite of Mortrex, that would suck, and I'd really hate that. And you know what? Because I know you personally, I'm gonna have to. And I'm so glad I invested in flamers and plasma. Um, it's not gonna help me, but it helps me here where my heart is, or something. Yeah. Oh, my rosary's sticking out. My blue rose rosary. We're very on theme tonight. uh, all right. I'll be here all night, folks. Why are you watching me? Why are you all watching me? I'm a crisis person. Okay, that's that. Now, I'm going to just assume that this is another warsuit that I'm working on and take a nice, relax. No, you're no villain. I know you. Alrighty. Let's see. Now I have to do parts 7 and 8 and stick that together. This is the part that gets a little weird because I don't know what connects to what right now. It's not as easy as that one song about the left bone connecting to the right bone or whatever. You're no villain, though. And I argue the Tyranids are not necessarily villains, they're just animals, but they're very scary animals. Uh, it's like, you know, cockroaches aren't inherently bad, but they're also not inherently good. But the Imperium Mam is not inherently good. So it's all a matter of perspective, right? So I'm talking in circles to myself. Let's continue. Parts 7 and 8. Let's do this. No fear. Let's move forward. The hardest part about this really is just kind of creating a St. Michael pose um, without um, any sort of too much articulation. And I've seen a few of the artworks of it. It doesn't seem so bad. Famous last words. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I see deal. They're just hungry boys. But, you know, if they're all over your house, we start running into some issues that only a flamethrower could fix. So, it is what it is. Okay, where the hell is parts 7 and 8? You would think they would make these sprues easier to read, but no. I got this. 7. Oh, it's a little angel bed. How cute. Oh, it's like a whole shoulder mount. Oh man. Morven Ball, you're just going to be really extra. Now, what's going to be really fun about a painting day is I'm probably going to be kind of chaotic about that my first time. Where's part? Oof. Okay. Probably going to be a little bit. Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of. I mean, are the Tyranids even heresy? Like, they're just gross. You're not gross, but they are. Enjoy that. It's like fucking. I used to play StarCraft as a kid, and by golly, those Zerg always had like the grossest sounds of all the times, and it was just gross. Let's see here. Let's see. I can do this. I can do this. Where the hell am I attaching this to? There we are. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. I've got something on my toe. There we go. Ah, there. Okay. I think we've got some good attachment points here. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Okay, just making some good attachment points. There we are. And just very meticulously because it never ends up working out that way. We join that side. Hey, that actually did work out that way. Hey! Alright. So, I feel like having flamers on my side will help with the endless horde that are Tyranids, but I don't know. I don't know if I have enough models to go up against whatever nonsense you've got cooked up for me. So, I'm just gonna keep building models until I feel confident. Um, and we'll see what happens. It's okay. I'm not really obsessed with, like, I've gotta have the most min-max team. I just go out there and have a good time. And if I win, cool. If I don't, oh well. Life isn't always about winning, son. You, you do. And, uh, and we've all just gotta find ways to deal with the nonsense. But it's okay. You yourself are not nonsense. You are good people. Alright, here we go. There. And just cleaning this model up here. Just trying to get something nice and clean because undoubtedly we're going to need to make some... I really lost the edge on this thing. I might need to replace it soon. Which makes the chances of cutting myself that much stronger, but I don't want to waste my knives just yet, so let's just give it a little longer. I have plenty of X-Acto blades and they're not exactly expensive, so it'll be fine. There. There. X-Acto. Yeah, you've got models out the ass, and uh, and they all look cool, and they all look scary, and I've enjoyed watching you get really good at painting over the years. So it's cool to see the models you built. Ooh, I can brag about you actually. One of the Icy Deal, because I know him in real life, has made a model of me in real life. Check that out. Ain't that something? How he got that level of detail on that shield is beyond me. It's really impressive stuff. He acted like it was no big deal, but it was. So, all in my colors and things that I like. Super cool stuff. So, really a lot of respect to that painter and player, because he also baby steps me through just about every round of Warhammer I've ever played. I met him years ago at a GW store. The manager was like, "Hey, you've got, I think I had Grey Knights. Why don't you, here, make these two your friends?" And it was him and my other friend Pablo, who comes on here and joins me every once in a while. And I don't know, we've been friends ever since. Then we got tacos afterwards, I think, is what we did. I mean, if you're trying to make friends for life, invite them to tacos. 60% of the time, it works every time, even among Warhammer nerds, especially with Warhammer nerds. We all like food, and we all like tacos. If you meet somebody in life who doesn't like tacos, run. Okay? Because, I mean, come on. I'm allergic. Shut up. You're just a lazy digester. Unless it's a gluten issue. Then I understand. But the way that I've always been told, people who don't like to eat are not good in bed. Now, I like to eat. That doesn't mean that I'm good in bed, but I do like to eat, so make of that what you will. Yeah, exactly. Offer food to people. And they're guys. They like food. Everybody likes food. Alrighty, let's see here. Almost got this nice and cleaned up. I'm being a little bit more meticulous with this model because, like, this one's going to be a bit more special. I'm really just, making her to field her. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I want to make sure that I don't have to go through these cablings and wires and stuff later. There. Once we get to a point tonight where, like, I really... Aw, that's so cute. It's like a little angel. I'm sure this isn't going to have some sort of horrifying flame show. Oh, these are grenades. There's grenades in there. How about that? How about that, ICDL? How about that? There's grenades in this thing. How about that? Yeah. So, cool. Alright, so that goes there, and this is the part where things get a little dicey. See, I can attach this here. Wait, here. Where the fuck? Where does this attach? What is I? Oh, it's like that. Yeah, I'm safe. I could just go ahead and attach that. See, I built 3 Paragon warsuits before this, um, just to make sure that I made the come on. You know what's actually kind of cool? You're gonna love this. I Grenades are not bad. As a matter of fact, I disagree wholeheartedly. Grenades are good. I gave all 3 of the Paragon warsuits grenades, and I think this girl also comes with a lot of grenades. Um, so have fun with that, because that's going to be cool for me. Maybe not for you. But I'm going to go ahead and attach this and start this process. Oh, there was a little bit of some glue on there. Yeah, but you have like a million bugs. They hurt my precious bugs. Get out of here with that nonsense. You have so many of the bugs. Surely you won't miss just a few. Just like a couple. How many grenades can these girls really have? I really got to look at the data sheet of this thing, because it can't be that much, right? Right? It can't be that much, right? It's probably not that much. Alrighty. I think that's good. That's cool. I wish I had little angels on my, oh, little battle sister angels. That's so cute. And, like, I was reading a little bit about her, and she is a, what is it, High Lord of Terra? I find that kind of strange, actually. Why would the Abbess of the Sisters of Battle um, uh, be? I don't know what my wife is playing a game back there, and I don't know what it is, but it sounds cool. Mm, got some good tea. Mm. So why would the Abbess Sanctorum of the Adepta Sororitas also be a High Lord of Terra? I found that kind of odd, but I'm not questioning it. I think it's kind of cool at the same time. All right, so chassis is coming together nicely. Let's work on the other side, okay? All right. Yeah, nobody disagrees there. We're building some models. We're building some models. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be cool. Everybody likes this stuff, especially me. All right, where's the other pieces? 6. Great. There, and there, and there. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. I should read more about her, honestly. I'm actually the worst Sisters of Battle fan you'll ever meet. I yeah, let's improve the size of that for all you internet nerds out there. I I really should read more about the Sisters of Battle. I just think they're super cool, and like everything I hear about them is cool. But really, I'm about the rule of cool, and I think they're just aesthetic as hell. Why would I put that away? I'm literally clipping it. Let's see here. Um, Next, 6 and 5. Where is 5? Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. 5 is right here in the most odd and random place. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said. Well, I guess that is pretty true to life, isn't it? ICDL. That is pretty cool, though, and I respect that. What the fuck? There it is. You know, I think it's very, very satisfying when people underestimate us in life and we get to prove them wrong. And that the opportunity doesn't always come, but when it comes hard. And it's always much more satisfying when it does. Alright, let's get some glue on there. Let's get that going. Looking good, looking good. And let's get this show on the road. Yeah, I should read more about her because she sounds like a pretty cool. Like, I'm actually more interested in this model than the chick on the like that one Throne of Shame, whatever her, I forget her name. They were trying to get me to buy that model the other day at the store. I might cave. Not yet, but I will. It's only a matter of time. Eventually I'll cave on the Triumph of St. Catherine, but I really want to make my own kit bash. And I mean, I asked at the store as long as the size of the base is right, then I can make whatever I want as long as I'm using GW models, which I am. I've even got some of the old Crusader models to add on there. We're going to crucify our girl. We're going to use the Sanctifier's kill team to do it. We're going to replace a bunch of the heads with, oh, that's not sticking the way it should. Hold on a second. Let me fix that real quick. Haha. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. So I realized that I could just replace a lot of the Sanctifier heads with Sisters of Battle heads, making it all Sisters of Battle with some of the papacy or ecclesiarchy or whatever. Ultimately, I'm really excited. That's one of the models that I'm really just hyped to build. This was another one of them. I know I don't sound that excited, but I am. This is a very unique sort of design build that I wanted to go for. Changing the pose of a Paragon Warsuit. I've done it 3 times now. And I've learned that it's not as difficult or as intimidating as I was led to believe. And the person leading me to believe that was just me. Therefore, I am happy to be wrong about it. There. Take that out of here. And get that in there. And why don't you fit right? Oh, that is just how it fits. Now that doesn't look as good as I thought it would. No one's gonna notice. But I did. Oh well. Now, it was tradition among my friends and I to get together at one of our houses. Not mine typically, mine's too small. But one of our houses on a Sunday or a Saturday, paint some models, build some models, do our things, and just chat, and then grab tacos. We can't do that right now because everyone's far away or busy with life. So I decided to take this show on the internet superhighway. I don't have a voice modifier, so you're gonna have to do that part for me in your head. Um, and that's the best that I can offer. I'm sorry. That's just how life is. Huh. Okay, let's get some water in me. Let's do this thing. Why am I so thirsty tonight? I think it's because I went on a run. It's a wonderful weather to be out there on a run. The trail is nice and green. Um, Unlike your typical 40K fan, I do go outside and exercise, and I like to bring other 40K fans with me to go run and exercise, because working on the body is just as important as working on the mind. And if you're very lucky, I'll work on your body whenever I can. Haha, that didn't sound as smooth as I thought it would. I thought it was going to sound way cooler. Way cool! Get on my magic school bus. Okay, that did sound kind of cool.
You can work on my body.
There it is. I can hear her back there. She says I can work on her body. She's got a cold right now, so I'm not going to do that. But later,
Meow.
yes, yes I will. She gave me a sad meow. Turns out I'm actually married to a cat girl. Um, it's the dream of the internet, and it's currently a dream that I get to live a reality of, so it is kind of cool. Alrighty, let's do this thing. Let's see here. Alrighty, alright, we're just gonna go ahead and attach this here. Wait a minute, how does this work? I'm gonna add a little extra glue here because I think that's a good spot for it. There. And I always just muck these up, like, but hey, I'm having a pretty lucky night with it. Look at that. That's the start of it. That's where we begin. Now, I think we're safe here because, oh, I'm gonna get some glue in that spot too because that's not gonna dry so well. This is a very oddly fitting model, so we're gonna have to like be very careful with how this positions everywhere. It's not bad, it's just strange. I can work with strange though. Okay, I like strange. Great. So we're gonna get that nice and fitted, and man, these always look so much bigger on the box than they do in real life. I'm not your average, 40K nerd that's like, wow, this is a huge model, and it's like this tiny little thing. The models are small. They're hard to work with, and I've got big hands. I got big hands. Actually, they're not that big. I bought a pair of gloves the other day, and they had to get a small, so I guess they're not that big. Um, let's see. That's looking pretty cool though. I like that chassis. She got little angels on the side with swords holding up her. I don't know what that is, but we'll see. The oh, they're holding up the grenades. You hear that? They're holding up the grenades. I'm a fan. I am a fan. All right, cool, 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 cool. Let's see now. Next. Let's do this thing. What am I doing? One, two, three. Actually, I'm cutting two and three. Alright, things are going pretty well. I have more confidence with this because I built 3 Paragon warsuits already. But the true test comes when I finally stop talking and I have to start priming and I've got to start painting, and we'll see what happens there. I think it's gonna be fine though. I think. I'm sure. Probably. Alright, let's focus. 2 and 3. Let's do this thing. Where'd you go? GW, why do you make this so hard to find? If you really wanted me to do this the right way, you wouldn't make this so stupid. Alright, there's that, and there's that, and just cutting some sprues and making this look good. You know, there was a time when I was a child where I bought my first Gundam, like Gunpla model, and I asked a girl at, I think it was at a flea market or something. It was weird. Well, I grew up in Queens, New York, and we moved out to this place called Levittown, New York. I don't know if that's enough, like too much detail for the internet. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Um, and there's this flea market there, and they were selling these like Gundam models and whatever nerd anime shit existed at the time. This is back when like a Charizard card was like $50 at max. Yeah, exactly. I'm old. Anyway, so I asked her, I'm like, so why is this like so expensive? And by so expensive, it was probably like $30. And she's like, oh, it's just higher quality plastic. I thought that was a joke. I thought all plastic was the same, you know? How little I knew. But after inhaling enough paint and painting enough plastic now, I realized that's actually true. It took like 30 years or 20 years or something, but it turns out there are really different qualities of plastic. Um, GW does make some pretty decent plastic. It's more resistant to the nonsense that I do to it, and I can modify it pretty well. It does what it does. Sometimes I wish they still had like the metallic stuff, and I've got a couple of those models as well, but admittedly it is harder to work with, and it's nice to have some lightweight stuff for when you want to transport it, though I keep my tanks metal because that shit is solid, and if you get so mad and so angry that you absolutely have to, you can chuck that thing at your opponent and run. So, beware the player with the metal models. She's never out of ammo. Okay. Alright, we got a little spot there. I always recommend keeping a couple of brushes nearby just for getting the plastic powdery bits or something. I gotta really clean this up actually. Hold on a second. Why is this so weird? Why is so weird? Weird. There. There. This is really just a some really bizarre design choices I've seen on this so far. Oh, GW. You're such a strange company, stealing all my money and giving me plastic in return. But you know what? This is hours of entertainment for me, so... Oh, oh jolly goodness, I almost lost that. Yes, the entertainment of a scavenger hunt in the middle of your session. Um, Grand old time. Okay, that goes, I think, on the back of the model there, I think. The fuck am I doing? Oh, there it goes. Haha. Yeah, that'll look pretty cool. I realize these are going to be kind of a bitch to paint. Um, and it's going to be a bit of a painting hardcore session. But you know what? I get a good feeling that doing this on camera will be a lot of fun, and I look forward to that. So I'm glad I'm giving myself plenty to do. Uh, Here you are. There you go. Yeah, you didn't just choose chaos, you chose to hang out with me on this little scavenger hunt. Put some plastic glue on that as well to make sure that it's holding tight and solid. Let's see here. I look forward to painting on camera though. There, there, there. I look forward to painting on camera. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, the interesting thing will be what to primer this in. I think gold is the right answer. And yeah, I'll make my usual mistakes. And we'll see what happens as we do it. Gold seems to be the way to go with this one. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about this. I think what I'm going to do is actually look up some of the St. Michael or Sanguinius art and go with whatever I see there. This is kind of an easier paint decision as far as my other Paragon War suits. Of course, they're getting a large scale version of their Emperor's Children look. So I'm with it. I'm cool with it. I'm rolling with it. It's going to be all right. All right, let's continue. Um, one, oh, part 20. We're really like, this thing's coming together fast. All right, part 23. I know what you are. Hey, Chefs Without Fear. Welcome back to the program. We've started Morven Ball. Hope you're having a good night yourself. We're just hanging out, having a good time, chilling. And I'm glad you decided to follow the channel for a bit. So, grand old time being had by all. Alrighty. So, well, I hope I can entertain you for a little while you're at work. Um, be kind to yourself. I hope you have some good dinner or something to keep with you. If not, maybe a Taco Bell nearby or something. I'll never say bye to, I'll never poo poo that. Well, not until a few hours later at least. But I've been in the mood for some Taco Bell. Actually, my boss was talking about do you guys know the Burger King chicken sandwiches? Let me just clean this up. You know the Burger King chicken sandwiches? I've always liked those as a kid, and he talked about it the other day, and I kind of want one now. And like I'm ashamed. uh, because I never eat food like that, but fuck, that does sound good. So, one of these days, I'm gonna, very ashamed of myself, uh, head on over to Burger King, get me one of those sandwiches, and well, I'll probably have to go to the gym afterwards because I'll feel kind of weird about having that. I'm pretty healthy. I try to eat well. Wow, this is looking pretty sick. I try to eat healthy and I try to eat well. I make a lot of. Um, I cook all my own meals, and another hobby aside from this is cooking. I like to cook. It's a lot of fun. I get a lot of joy of knowing exactly what goes into my body, giggity. And, I take a lot of pride in knowing that I'm feeding myself a nice, healthy, balanced diet. For lunch today, we had a nice salad with halloumi cheese. If you don't know what halloumi cheese is, it's like a Middle Eastern, like frying cheese. It's very tasty, and I think I've made it for Icy Deal before, and I think he liked it. So, um, always a good stuff, always a good time. And my wife found really good halloumi cheese at the Mediterranean market, so um, really nice, a really nice thing. I just realized one of the lights are a little bit low, so I'm going to prop that up a little bit, see if I can do that a little bit. Yeah. That works. Okay, let's get back to business to defeat the Huns. I'm sorry, I won't do that again. This isn't karaoke. This is Warhammer. Nobody does karaoke in Warhammer, probably. Actually, they probably do. The hive cities are probably interesting places. And I think there's that game that takes place in the hive cities. Who'sma what's Betty Boop's first time or something like that. I don't remember. But there's some games about the hive world or the hive cities or something. All right, now I see my first arm here for part 26 and no, this is too bright, but we're gonna 26 and 27. Yeah, you can't see that too well, but I can. And well, let's see what we do here because I need to look at my reference art. I like karaoke and I like Warhammer. I'm not a good singer by any means, and I'm not claiming to be, but I need to look at my reference art here real quick because let me put my stuff here. Go back to the chat. Dark Tide. That's right. It's Dark Tide. Now, I really should play that. I think some of their. Oof. Okay. I'm looking at my Sanguinius model over here and how it looks and how they've done it. I think. Actually, I think I can keep the arm. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So, okay. Here's Sanguinius, right? And here's that. Here's another angle of it here, okay? You can see it with the phone. We're going to use my phone. It's just janky. It's just going to be janky. All right, so he has his arm low, and he's holding the blade upward, but pointed down. I think the position that Morvenn has her arm... Oh my god, this is so fucking... Yeah. The position that she has her arm in here might actually work for what I'm trying to do. And kind of like a plastic surgeon would tell you, the less you mess with a model, the better. Now here's some, you know, pictures of Saint Michael as he's coming down, and it's still the same sort of arm outstretched on the bottom angle. See? See if I can pull up another picture. Here's another one. I'm using Saint Michael and Sanguinius to kind of give that idea. And you notice arm downwards and sword held up high and pointed down. I think I would love playing the Zealot. I typically play like paladin characters. Let's see. Let me see if I can find another angle. I have plenty. I was doing a lot of research on this. And there's a lot of different, I think this is like akin to the Vatican sculpture. So, as you can see, I'm really into the angels. I like seraphims. I've got a lot of them on my table. Let's see what else I can find. Here's a really good combination of different angles of this model, but there's a demon in the way, so it makes it a little bit difficult. But here's a good sort of representation. So I think I'm safe to keep the arm angle downwards because it's really the legs that need to be adjusted, possibly. Here's another angle. It's going to be the legs. Get that a little bit closer. And the sword that's going to be doing the heavy work. And we're going to have to point some things around. It's a little intimidating at first, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. We got this. So I think it's going to turn out okay. And I think it will. You got to think positive. Okay, write that down. Alrighty, let's go back to the stream. And we're just going to keep moving this thing forward. Alrighty. Now later tonight I do want to play some Still Wakes the Deep and hang out with my wife, but we're going to try and get as far as we can with this thing and really get this process moving. So I'll hang out with you guys as long as I can, see what we do what we do, hang out, and once I get frustrated enough, we'll stop because this is going to be interesting. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever done this. In the tarot deck, the sword suit deals with intellect, challenges, and decisions. An upright sword pointing downwards often represents grounding, receiving spiritual energy from above, or integrating higher thoughts into reality. I like to think that this is a design choice, but Saint Michael pointing the sword downwards to defeat Satan is really good iconography. We already have a couple of angels here, but this one's going to be a little bit special. We're going to give her more of an epic look with all the wings. So, and these sized wings are pretty perfect for what we're doing. So you're already starting to see this. Oh yeah, you see what we're doing here. You like that? Oh, I bet you do. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we're already starting to see. There's a really loud fire truck back there. We're already starting to see where this is going to be positioned. And remember, we've got 6 wings to choose. Well, 6 wings that we're attaching. And, some of them are going to be held upright. Some of them are going to be smaller. Actually, I even got smaller ones that I can kind of work with. Let me see if I can grab them from my box of bits and go from there. Let's see what we have here. So let's see. So I got these Dungeons and Dragons Asimar. I'm sure that's how that's pronounced. Female wizards. Let's see what they've got, because I think they've got wings too, and that's the whole point of them. Is to pull those wings for my own selfish purposes. Wow, that's kind of dinky. I don't think that's going to work. But it is kind of cute. So maybe we'll do that for some cherubim or something. But these could be useful for different parts of this, like the lower part maybe. Let's see what we got. Or the higher ones. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, you can't see it. Here. There it is. That might be too small for what we're trying to do, and of course I have to cut and separate these. But it's an option, and that's just the thing. It's all about parsing out what works best. Personally, I think the ones that we have here work fantastic. So let me lay them out so we have them all in front of us, and make some decisions as we get closer to what we're trying to do. It's all about wings, though, okay? And you see what I'm trying to do here. It's contemplated, complex. But the idea is essentially to get 6 wings on her, and by golly, we're gonna do it. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty good. Now, of course, another thing that we have to consider is the uh, 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 angle of ascent, because she is ascending. And I like for her to look like she's descending on something. Um, just like Saint Celestine is rising. Well, I'll pull her out and you can see what I'm talking about. Saint Celestine is rising upward, right? And she's supposed to be something that gives people hope. I don't want to do that with this model. I want to scare the shit out of something that looks like it wants to bully us, because she's going to be sent directly at whatever your biggest units are, whether you're Eldar, whether you're Tyranid, whether you're a Primarch. I don't give a shit. I'm throwing this at you. So I want her to have some level of intimidation factor, right? So let's back that Asimar up and see what we do. See what I did there? I took your thing, made my thing, and now we work teamwork. We did it together. That's you and me. We did that. Write that down. All right. Let's continue. I'm spending too much time talking and not enough time doing whatever it is that I do here. Let's go ahead and grab that arm. And you're going to do one of those things again, aren't you? 26 and 27. So it's tiny little thing with tiny little thing. Let's see how this works. I'm not going to necessarily attach this just yet. I want to give myself a little bit of space and time to make decisions as they come. Where's 26? 26, 26. There it is. Alright, give ourselves a chance to clean these up a little bit, because I'm telling you, they're a pain in the butt to clean up afterwards. Okay. clean this up. Now, GW has gotten into the habit of like giving us these tiny, tiny little things to like attach to tiny, tiny other things before we attach it to the larger structure. I don't know why they would do that, but it is what it is. That's what we're here to do. Alright, we're looking pretty good. Is that part of the model? I don't think it is. Whatever, it's coming off. I don't think that was supposed to be there. There it is. Great. These are, oh my god, let me show you this thing. This is my fingertip, and this is, this is a part, and I hate these because they're hard to understand and they're hard to position, and, well, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna try to clean this up without having this fly out of my fingers. Man, this stream is really making me very self-conscious about my nails. But I like my nails and I like my hands, and hopefully I don't lose too much skin to my knife over here. Okie dokie, that's not so bad. Let's do this thing. Alright, 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 alright. I'm pretty sure I can just leave this as it is. I have been pretty autistic about making sure that the the actual arm conforms to the, what the give me a second, I need to take a closer look at this. What in the giggity got? That's why. I've been doing as much of a job as I can to make sure that the arm here conforms to the actual arm on the mech. And it's autism, you know, it's just autism, but I care about the model. I want it to look like kind of like I put a little effort into it. I'm trying to put effort into it, so, you know, I'm trying. We're trying to do something here. Alright, alright, let's see here. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Now, the thing you gotta be most careful. Oh god, I'm gonna muck it up all over again. Remember, kids, just remember, it don't gotta be perfect. It just gotta get done. Let me connect that. There. I'm trying to make it so that all three pieces are not necessarily touching each other. Oh, great, I got cat hair on it. There. That's a tiny, tiny little, I'm gonna pull this up a little bit and this way. Tiny little piece over here that we have here. There. Alrighty. I'm just gonna let that sit there and do its thing, and we're going to build the next part of that arm. Great. I'm actually going to leave it alone for now and see what comes next. Okay, they want me to do the right arm. The right arm is when things get a little dicey, so we're not going to do that yet. And we're going to move on to some of the other features on this thing before we get too big for our britches. It's a process, kids, and it's a process that you have to be kind of careful about if you're like me and you like to do things. So it looks like she's got a machine gun on her right hand, and there's no chance of changing that. And since we don't really think we're going to need to change that, that's going to be fine. Let's see. We're going to have to bend her right leg, and we're going to want to straighten this left leg. I know that sounds autismic. It is. I recognize it. And there's going to be a point where I won't be able to do too much more than what's happening. So we're just going to see how far we can take this and then go from there. Okay, let's, shall we begin? 9 and 10, let's do this. No fear, no fear. Let's move forward. Complex models are nothing. Let's see. Alright, let's go on here. 9. And where is 10? I'm building the parts that I know I can build, and it'll give me a chance to sort of visualize the model without making too many commitments. It's not that I'm against commitment. I just don't like commitment at this point. It's too soon. But at a certain point, you just gotta do it, baby. You just gotta do it. So don't be afraid. Now, how are we doing this? Where is 10? Where in... Oh, it's literally right next to it. God, you know, sometimes I get in my own way. That's life, though. Write that down. Sometimes that happens. Okay. Alright, so we got a machine gun? There. We got some sort of situation. What the fuck am I doing? I find myself asking that question a lot. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we're looking good. We're looking good. We're let's give this a try and see if we could make something happen. Da 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 da. I'm making something happen. Yeah, yeah. And join it. And once we got that nice and joined up, we'll continue to clean this up. And I think we're safe to just go ahead and attach the armature, but I'm going to be patient because I want to visualize this as we go on. Now, we're not doing it by the books if you're new to the chat. We are trying to make this unique in its own way. We've made 3 unique warsuit models so far, away from what GW told us to do. And just like in life, you don't have to follow all of the rules. You want to stay within the guidelines of the law, of course, and in this case, it's all going to fit on the right base. But my foot, I ordered another Nurgling to step on for my things because they make really good little footrests. And so I ordered another one because I didn't feel like driving to the GW store. Don't sue me. Let's see now. Here we go. And my wife is going to attach them together, and I think it'll be really comfy. Alright, I cut the gun too much, but I think it'll be okay. No one's going to know. Who's going to know? There's like a big shield thing in front of it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Shush. There. There. Great. And there. And there. And cutting some of that. Just cleaning this up because once it's attached to the model itself, it becomes just so much harder to get this right. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, you're doing your best. These models are not going to be perfect. Remember, we're not painting the Sistine Chapel. We're not building Michelangelo's David, or David as it's called. We're building a little plastic model for a little plastic game of war dollies. And being kind to ourselves in these cases is good. This is our own little world. We are trying to make the magic happen in our own little world. It's special because we're doing it, not because of any other reason. So have fun with it and don't take it too seriously. It's only game. Why you have to be mad? Alrighty, this is, oh, there's like glue on that. Let's start visualizing what we're doing here. There. So you see what's happening here. We have some control of the positioning of how this is going to look, right? So it doesn't have to be exact. So it can be more outwards, it can be more inwards, and we'll compare it with Saint Michael or Sanguinius. Let's do Sanguinius art so we can get a good idea of how we're going to position ourselves here. Alrighty, let's brush off some of this. What is going on with this piece here? Did I bend that or something? Whatever, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Paint covers up a lot of the badness. Alrighty, and just clean it up as we go. And that was a dry brush that I like to use, but you know, it's cool. It's cool. It's working. Alright, and we got this little gun arm. So we got that, and we got this. I think we're safe to attach this arm to the model because I think it's going to get pretty annoying to try to do anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and just get that done and pray that it doesn't interfere too much with what we're trying to do here. There, and there. And yeah, that's not so bad. I think it positions nicely. It doesn't affect overall the effect that we're going for. Um, oh, I think I pushed too hard on that. Yeah, it doesn't affect too much what we're going for because ultimately she has a lowered gun. And remember, her spear is upright, held down, pushing downward. And we do that so we have an imposing effect on whatever it is that we're trying to kill. And we are trying to kill whatever's in front of us. Her, with the other three Paragon models, are going to be really, really interesting. So I'm excited about that. We'll spend the session, well, as soon as the weather clears up, hopefully by the end of this weekend, we'll spend the morning just priming these, getting these ready, and then we'll have a really nice time painting them on camera. And I hope you join me for that because I hope, some people like the construction of this and some people like the painting aspect of it. I do all of it. There's also something else I want to do, and if I find the bits for it, I think I'm considering attempting it. And what that is I have some stained glass bits somewhere, and I've had my box of bits over here. And I've got some, ooh, I've got extra wings. I'm going to pull these out because they might be useful. I completely forgot about this. I'm glad I remembered to grab this. Extra bits. Let's see. Now my friend gave me some stained glass bits a while ago. If I can find them. I thought it might be kind of gnarly, though it might be a little too extra, to add those to the head or something of the model. Kind of an idea that I had. If I find it, I'll consider it. I'll take a look around for it later. It's not important right now. But hey, look at this. Now this is another option, right? And it could just be as simple as adding these wings with some smaller ones. Not bad, not bad. Now let's see what that looks like mocked up a little bit. Hey, that could be pretty good. These are pretty bulky though, so we're going to have to find a way to... Ooh, that positions really nicely in there. So we'll see. They are kind of big though, whereas these are... They fit in much nicer and much more elegantly. Ah, let's see here. There. Okay. Look at that. That could be really something special right there. That really could. And then below that, yeah, we're going to stick to these, but I'm glad I found these because it's nice to know that they're there. I've yet to find a proper use for them, so we'll have to find something. I've added, I also have an F-rail stern. I'll show you guys if you're interested in seeing it. But I have an F-rail stern model that I've added wings to as well. Take a look at that. Look at that. F-rail stern with wings goes really fucking hard, and I'm also really excited. I'll take a session to paint her up. She's, I think she'll be worth her own time to shine. But my idea with her is a bit more complex than it is for some of the other models. I would like to make the wings like biblically accurate, so she's gonna get lots of eyes. If you're a Bloodborne player, eyes is on the inside is a recurring theme. Hmm. Got some water. Feeling good. Feeling happy. It's a little warm in here, but it'll cool down soon enough. And I'll just be nice and hot for now. Stepping on my my nurgling over here. All right, having a good time on the cat cam. Alrighty, let's continue before we get derailed anymore. So, I think having the gun downwards and pointed works really nicely. And she's going to have what looks like shoulder pads, so no decisions have to be made at this time. It's just nice to know that it's there and available to us. Let's see what else we have. Okay, great. Next part, is going to be part 15, and it's going to be some of the bullets that hang off of this thing. We all like bullets, so let's do this thing. I'm really excited. It looks like this model is going to come together, at least the buildable parts come pretty quickly. Building her base is going to be a different thing. I have plenty of materials that I can work with, and I'm just going to reach into my chests of goodness. Not this one, but the one below me. Not that one either, the other one. And get some cork and stuff and build like a spire that's a lot like the Sanguinius model so that we can give her some height as she's coming down and descending on something. Now, you might be asking yourself, or maybe you're not, I don't know, maybe, Blue Rose, doesn't this like make her a bigger target on the game board? Who cares? It's only a game. Who cares? It looks so cool, and I'm not trying to like win tournaments here. I'm just having a good time and painting some cool models. And I'll stop by my local game store and show it off to the boys. I don't care. Okay, 15. Let's move forward. It might make her a bigger target, but that's okay. My enemy's gonna need it. They're going to need every advantage that they can get. Because at the end of the day, it just gives me an interesting way to test my strategic acumen against somebody who's using every little advantage that they can get on me. And I am comfortable with that because I enjoy the challenge of making somebody squirm. So let's bring it the fuck on. uh, Yeah, exactly. You know, a big target doesn't matter. I don't care. It makes it look cool. Exactly. A giant Tyrannofex? I don't care. 20 Hormigons? Don't care. Everything's getting a grenade to the face. What's the Mike Tyson quote? Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. I'm with it. Alrighty. It looks like we're going to have to make a decision on this. Oh, there's cabling here? Yeah, there's cabling here. So we're going to go ahead and connect this to the cabling housing of this piece. Here, somewhere. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. It's shocking how much I have to convince myself that I can do this. Okay, I think I'm safe to go ahead and connect this. Everything else is going to be a challenge, but this part can be easy. It's like a treat for me. Alrighty, let's do it. And there. There. Alright guys, I hope you guys have also pulled out some models or have got some projects of your own to work on. I've been really excited doing this live stream. Kind of keeps me motivated in a really good way to complete some projects and finish up some things that I'm been excited to do. And I don't know, I really like the social aspect of Warhammer with my friends, but it's not always easy to plan around it. So starting a Twitch stream was a move to kind of do that and see what I can do in that respect. Okay, got my, oh, there's like several amounts of bullets that I have to, ugh. Well, I'm glad we started this part early. Alright, let's let that set, and let me pull the other bullets, I guess. 15. Oh, hot diggity, that's annoying. Let's see. I need to figure out where these bullets are coming from. Well, I guess it goes like that. I think that's right. Is it? I can't tell. This picture is a little I think it's like this, actually. You know what? Let's find out. Let's pull out the next set of bullets. It's like two different sets of bullets. It couldn't just be one piece. Whatever. Alright, GW makes the money and the fucking thing and whatever. I'm just here to put them together, okay? I'm here to consume. Alrighty. Consume. Alrighty. That's capitalism for you. Alright, let's see what we got again. I'm trying to remember which exactly of the horrible mutant creatures that you have is the Tyrannofex. Is it the terrible one or the awful one? I can't seem to remember which exactly it is. Alrighty, let's see what we got going on here. There. Cleaning that up. That was easy. Famous last words. And let's see what we got going on here. Oh, I think I know which one it is. Is it the one? Oh, see, that's another one instance of almost losing twice a little tiny bit. Is it the one that I immediately targeted as soon as I saw it and chose to look at nothing else until that thing was gone? Because it sounds familiar. Alright, I think this is the way to go, which means that that's the way to. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm doing now. It's like that. It's a terrible, awful, no good, very bad one. Yeah, that sounds. But then again, is there a single Tyranid unit that does not get described that way? I don't think so. Oh shit, how does this go again? Fuck. uh, oh, Trigon Prime. I'm gonna have to look up this other one. Oh god, I hope I'm getting this right. I think I'm getting this right. Alright, fuck it, let's do it. Oh jeez. Let's see how I'm doing here. Okay, and then da 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 and da da da, and hopefully that was how that was supposed to go. Hey! On the first go, too. Now, let's mess with it and actually mess it up this time. Alright, let's give it a try and see how we do. Alrighty. If you've never joined my stream before, hey, my name is Blue Rose. Um, I like to paint Warhammer, I like to build Warhammer, I like to talk about Warhammer. I'm by no means an authority on it. This is not a lore channel. I'm too dumb for that, and I'm definitely not much of a player. I'm definitely too dumb for that. But I play the game every once in a while. But I get the most joy out of building, painting, and talking to people while I build models. So, if you like it, hang out, chill. If you want to get notified, just hit your little subscriber button and join me whenever I'm live. I'm happy to hang out with you. And look at that. I didn't mess it up too bad, even. Um, so that's kind of what we were trying to do. Not bad. Not bad. That looks pretty sick. It looks like she shoots a lot, and I think that's the intended effect. So I'm with it. I'm going to get some water in me. I'm a little dehydrated ever since that run. It always feels good to run, but it makes my metabolism go on haywire. Delicious. All right, and I think at this point we can go ahead and add her giant fucking gun to the process here. So let's move forward. All right, did that, did that. I should probably give this thing a little bit of time to cure. Fuck it. Let's go ahead. Let's move forward. I'm probably gonna regret that in like 10 seconds, but whatever. Alrighty, and it takes a little bit to get this done anyway, so let's go ahead and grab part 11, which is what's next. Uh, Here, it's this cool Custodes looking shield thing. I have built some Custodes in the past. I've got them down in storage. I can pull them out at some point. Um, I typically build Imperium models. I have been tempted by some Slanesh models. I'm not going to say that it isn't a wet fantasy of mine. I also like to live dangerously. Yeah, hell yeah.
You like Tao, don't you?
Yeah, I once confronted my wife because she was like speaking positively about Tao. And I think I worried everyone in the room with the way that I asked her, "You like Tao, don't you?" But apparently I said it a slight bit too aggressively, and everybody was looking at me like something was wrong. Um, Nothing was wrong. It's just Xeno, you know? And I've been a Sister of Battle player for a pretty long time, so can you blame me? Come on.
For the Inquisition.
She's, for the Inquisition. Um, she's, chosen to stick to Skitari for now. Though I get a feeling she's probably gonna head towards, Sisters of Battle at some point. Um, that's okay. I respect it. Sisters of Battle are my favorite army, and it's kind of the. And then the Inquisitor said, "So you like the Tau? Tell me more." Now you want to talk about living dangerously? Well, that's the way to do it. So yeah, that's the way that that's gonna go. Okie dokie. So got the little shield there. 12 and 13. Let's get this show on the road. Cause the most difficult parts I think are gonna be building the base. Where's 12 and 13? Building the base and then building like readjusting the leg and the arm. It's not gonna be so bad, I think. Ultimately, the experience that I've gotten with the other pieces of this has shown me that, yeah, Paragon Warsuit adjustments can be kind of a bitch, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's actually, excuse me, it's actually a hell of a lot simpler than I initially thought. And well, those are some famous last words. I'm really kind of, I'm really kind of damning myself here, but it's quite possible that this is not going to be so terrible as I thought. So, with that in mind, let's move forward cautiously um, and hope that those exact words don't come and bite me right in the ass a little bit later. Though I wouldn't complain under different circumstances. There. Now there's a bit of a gap there, so the nice thing I've learned about this plastic glue is that a little bit can kind of fuse certain pieces together and remove any lines, but you have to have a very light touch with it. If you know anything about me, I don't. So let's hope that that goes better than better than I planned for. Well, I have all this glue on it. Let's go ahead and do some really meticulous work on it. Well, it might be helpful to use the bladed side. There, and there, and there. And yeah, get that going. Let's do some cleanup. Ooh. Alright, we're looking pretty good. Thanks guys for hanging out with me tonight while I tempt fate. But you gotta have a little bit of fun with your hobby your way, you know? You don't really get much out of it if you don't take a couple of risks. And it's, challenging yourself is the real way to finding out um, what you like and what you don't. If you're a gearhead, working on a new project car is your thing. If you're a musician, you take on a new riff or lick or music thing. I don't know, I haven't played guitar in a long time. But, everybody challenges themselves in their own way. So if you like Warhammer, you can just do it however way makes sense to you. Uh, there. Hopefully that kind of works. It looks like it'll work. I've got like a thing going on here. It sort of looks like it works. I need to clean this up a little bit. There. Clean that up. Even it out. This piece here, I'm not a big fan of. This is annoying. I'm going to lose some skin here, but it is what it is. There. Alright, take my little brush here and clean up some of that delicious warp powder that has accumulated here on the edge. Take that to the bank. Alrighty. I'm pretty sure there's got to be a drug out there called warp powder. Not here, like in 40k, like some Slanesh cultist is out there losing his mind to some crack he found in, I don't know, Slanesh's second domain of, I don't know, debauchery or some shit. I don't know. I don't know that much about Slanesh probably. Alright, let's see here. Okay, I've got the tip of her machine gun there, and we're gonna very carefully mount this on there. I think this has had just about enough methamphetamine. That's a good way to put that. Alrighty. Let's see. Methamphetamine.
Silly.
That's silly. I like that. Okay. Okay, that looks good. That's gonna look really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick that on there. This is just a much more sexy looking Paragon warsuit is what this is, but I can work with those parameters. And I've got that and that, and stick that right on there. And there we go. Just put the paint on the plastic. Or the glue, in this case. There. And then stick some more glue on there. And put that sucker right in there. Get that in there. Ah! Oh, I really had it that time. Let's try that again. There. And just kind of put some pressure on it. And there. The pressure will help it set a little bit and make it look just a little bit more seamless. And we just gotta give it a couple of seconds while it takes care of it. Be patient. Remember, slow is fast. So don't rush a process. This is a model that you made, that you bought with your money, hopefully. Um, and you want to take your time with it. It's special because it's yours. So take your time with it. This is your time to make something nice. There. Alright, that's looking good. That's looking really nice. Alright. Alright. So let that sit there for a second while we continue the process. But I think we've got something special going on here. Yeah? Yeah? Giggity giggity goo. Okay. Let me get my footrest over here. I got another one of these that makes it a little bit easier to just kind of, there we go. That's much more comfortable. Alrighty, let's see, what's next? Whew. Oh my. I don't know what that little symbol means, but I think I know what it means. We've got 16 and 17, and they're going to be the shoulder pads. This is going to give me a little bit of practice for what's going to happen on the other side of this one, but I get the feeling I know what it is, and it's actually a little bit simpler than the Paragon warsuits. Be not afraid. It's going to be a little bit simpler than the than the Paragon warsuits, because let's see, 16 and 17. There we go, 16, 17. Because this one doesn't have to be moved so much, but the other ones will have to get adjusted. But not as much as I thought. So let's see what happens. 16, 17. Okie dokie. So that's gonna go. Always a good idea to like kind of give yourself an idea of how this is going to fit together with your big stubbly fingers, I guess. It's a model. It's always gonna look bigger than what it really is. Alright, that looks good. We're gonna go for that. But I'm gonna clean both sides of it so I don't have to do it later. Once it's on the model, it's just a lot harder to position yourself properly for a cleanup. So we want to make sure that we messed it up immediately. Well, I took too much off on that one, but you know what? Here we go. It's just what it is.
You're doing all right.
It's gonna be okay. Or as my wife said, you're doing all right. I've got her here. She's not feeling too well, so she's hanging out in a blanket, coughing her lungs out and having a heck of a night. And taking NyQuil on the reg. Um, Hopefully I don't get too sick in the coming days, but we'll find out how I'm doing. But you know what? That's okay. I work from home. I paint at home. I do most of my stuff at home, so I'll be okay. And I drink plenty of juice, and I try to keep healthy, so hopefully I can stay away from the worst of it. I don't really care. It's my wife's cold. It's mine. Let's see now. I'm weird.
Me too.
Alrighty. Alright, clean this up with my dry brush a little bit here. Get those extra bits of methamphetamine out of there. And unite the pieces. Now, my question is, do I want to unite it when it's already there? Probably might make it easier. So let's go ahead and just fucking do it and see what happens. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a little model and maybe no one will notice it. I will, but I'm my own hardest critic, so let's see what happens. First, oh, I probably want to cover that up. Alright, let's see. Get that in there. Oh, I'm probably going to want some glue on that as well. Get some in there, and there, there. Get that pointy stick away from me. Alright. Always some good advice there. Keep sharp, dangerous objects away from soft bits of flesh. Unless you're into that kind of stuff. I do have a friend who is. Um, Admittedly, I've been curious, but not not quite. Oh, this is not working. Huh? Ah, there it is. It's working. Kinda precarious, but yeah, I think we got something. So yeah, I've got a friend who's into how do I say this politely? Into some sharp objects. And if you know me to any degree, I hate needles and stuff like that. So I get a little freaked out by this stuff, but hey girl, more power to you. There. Look at that. Her first shoulder pad is complete. We've got the top half of MORVENN halfway done, mostly done. I don't know. Who's keeping score, honestly? And, alright, we're ready to keep going, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe. It's a thing. And I am doing some stupid stuff over here. I'm gonna throw some glue on this here just to kind of meld. Oh, that's too much. Well, we'll see what happens. That might be a bit much though. Take some of that off with, I can just use my finger. It doesn't really stick onto skin, but it starts melting that plastic together pretty quickly, so you don't want to have it linger there too long. But I do like that it removes a lot of mold lines for you, so as long as you do that, I think that's looking good enough. Good enough! Good enough! Alrighty. Let's move that a little closer to the edge. Give it some height. Yeah. Yeah. There. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're looking good. It's a good position to be in. It's one of my favorites even. Alright, let's continue. Now the legs. This is where things get a little bit more complicated, so I'm going to study this a little bit because we need to see what we're going to do here. Now, shoulder pads done, arm done. Not going to focus on her right arm just yet. Adjustments are going to be made to that arm. Legs are going to be different. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do it the way they're recommending here, but I'm glad I have a little bit of space to do it my way. What I think is going to end up happening is I'm not going to be able to use like the cape and shawl that comes with it. You'll see what I mean. Just pay attention, kids. We're going to do some interesting and weird shit. And let's hope it works out. Let's see. Let's see. Excuse me. Okay. 31 and 30. That's good. I think we're good to build the legs, but we're going to have to do some sawing as it happens, and that's okay. I've already done that on the Paragon Warsuit legs, so 31 and 30. 31 is here. The Paragon Warsuits, one of them already had a situation like that where I had to do a little bit of extra sawing. So it's not my first rodeo with it, but I'm not exactly a professional, so we're just going to be very patient and take this. What in the fuck am I doing? We're going to take this one step at a time. Okay, that's on her lower piece there. Ah, okay, that looks good. It's the knee that's going to have to, okay, it's going to have to be adjusted. So this is good, and we're going to bend the knee. Not really bend the knee, but, oh, actually, never mind. This is when things get complicated. So I don't just have to bend the knee, I also have to kind of bend her foot so that it's pointed down straight. And how do we do that is the real question. Now there's a very strong chance that I mess up this model by doing this, so we want to study this a little bit and make sure that we have this right. Along with that, this goes on top of it, so we still want this to fit nicely afterwards. So I think my best option that's going to cover that sawing is going to be to cut from here downwards and then adjust this. And if I have to make some green stuff, I'm going to have to make green stuff anyway. But in this case in particular, we're going to have to make that move. We're also going to have to cut back here a little bit to give it that flexibility that I need. Possibly back here even. So let me clean up these pieces and you're going to see what I'm talking about, and we're going to take a couple of chances. And hey, you know what? If it doesn't work out, we'll get some extra bits and we'll fix it up that way. But it's certainly not the end of the world if it doesn't work out. It's just a model, and we can make adjustments on the fly. I'll have to take a look at my Sanguinius reference art also to make sure that what I want to do conforms to what I am doing. And oof, there. So let's just clean this up for now, get this prepared, get it going, and see, oh, and see what we can make happen. It is, yeah. Just get this nice and clean. So I'm going to take a quick look at my Sanguinius stuff, and you'll see what I'm talking about with getting this all pointy. Or not. Or not. It might not be necessary. Hold on a second. Alrighty. Well, I can't show you all those photos. Sorry. Let's see. So, here's some Sanguinius reference art. And you can kind of see that it's actually not as pointy as I thought it would be. I think it should be a little bit, but it kind of interferes with what I'm trying to do. So I am going to do it, and it's going to diverge from how I do it in the Sanguinius model. Also, if we look at like something like Saint Michael, well, he's straight up just standing on the rock, and I feel like that looks kind of boring. So we're not going to do that either. He's just standing on it there. Alright, we're not doing that. We're doing it the Sanguinius way. So here's another angle. It sounds like what I could get away with is bending the knee and not the foot, which would be a vastly less complicated thing to do. I still want to point it downwards a little bit, so I'm still going to make that cut, but it's now two sections to make the cut in, and then on the left leg we're going to straighten it so that it looks like a descending angel. I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but it looks like a descending angel instead of anything else. It's autismic, but it'll work. You'll see. I always make it work. It's part of the fun of it. You gotta be a little bit cocky though, and you really have to believe that you can do it. A friend once taught me that, so, you know, fighter jets do that. I mean, fighter jet pilots. One of the reasons that they are so successful is if you ever meet them in person, they are so irritating. And the thing about them is they truly believe they are God's gift to everything. Like they really think they are the greatest thing that's ever existed. So where am I making my cut? let's see what we got. This covers all of that, so I'm going to cover it here. Man, I feel like a surgeon over here. Right there. Alright, let's take a shot at it. And if it doesn't work, oh well. I'll figure something out. I've always been good at improvising a solution. So we're using this little saw here that I use for some of my models. And we're just kind of trying to make an angle. It's not going to work out exactly right, but it's going to be enough that we can start working this downwards. And it's not the easiest thing you'll ever do, but you know what? It's my fucking model, and I'll do whatever I want with it. Take that attitude and apply it to more things in life, and you'll find success. It's yours. Fucking do whatever you want. There you go. There. You're starting to see a bit of a cut there because we want to angle this a little bit downward. And the nice thing about doing that is this shin guard kind of covers that a little bit. A little bit. I don't need it that much. Just a little bit. Anything else, I can make some green stuff and just kind of fill it in. But it's not a big deal. So even if it messes it up a little bit, it's okay. I'm going to take out some of this plastic crack over here powder. There. Everyone's doing a great job, especially you guys who are just hanging out and watching and maybe getting a little bit of comfort from this stream. I hope so. That's the idea behind this. I just want you guys to find some joy and entertainment from the shenanigans that I've put myself in. This is not as easy to cut through as I thought. Okay. There. Look at that. And here we go. And here we go with that. And here we go with that. It's looking pretty good. You know, something that I can do to really, I wonder if this will work. I'm just going to test something out. Now, Grandma's advice is always never experiment on Thanksgiving. But something that I've learned is that you can, A, do whatever you want, and grandma's not here. But also, the plastic glue tends to soften the plastic that we work with, and you can sort of work the model a little bit in your favor, but maybe not. So we're going to start cutting from the other side, maybe, and giving us a little bit of room to work with. Are there no tunes? Can you not hear it? Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me turn this up a little bit. There. Icy Deal, let me know if you can hear the music or not. I'm very soft-spoken. How's that? Let me know if you can hear that. I appreciate the heads up on that. I could hear it, but I wasn't sure if anybody else could. Give me a heads up if you can hear that, Icy. Alright. Nailed it. Perfect. Yeah, I'm still kind of getting this down. I'm still kind of figuring out the audio. It's right at 40 something, 47 or 46. Alright, I'll try to remember that for next time and try to work that in for the next go. But I appreciate you looking out and letting me know where I'm supposed to be. It's very helpful as I learn to navigate the music and other aspects of this very amateur thing that I'm trying to do here. Alrighty. That's not so bad, is it? Alrighty. There. See that? We've bent the toes a little bit here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bond. It's a very subtle thing, but what it does is it gives it that dynamic. I wish I was a professional. I'm barely even an amateur. But it gives this a more dynamic sense. So now it actually looks like somebody descending. Oh, well, I mucked that up. But it kind of gives it a descending angel look. And that's what we want. You know, we want this to have a ferocity to it. It's interesting, it's different. It looks like she's landing, you know. Twist this a little bit, just slightly. And now it's pointed downwards because she hasn't landed yet. Now, I'm almost certain that if I put this in there now, it's not going to fit very. It's going to still have a bit of a gap. Yeah, it's going to have a bit of a gap there. Okay? That's okay. I expected that. So what we're going to do is build some green stuff while this cures. And try not to get more of that glue on there. And I'm going to stick that green stuff in this gap. What that's going to do... Aw, icy deal. You're really sweet. You remember, the only thing that I ask of anybody is to tune in, hang out, and find comfort in what we're doing here. And your friendship is all I've ever asked for. Wait, what? Really? Oh, icy deal. You don't have to do... he gave me a copy of Darktide.
Yeah, he told me.
Oh shit! Thank you. I didn't see a notification. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't. I've been like focused on this. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm blushing for some reason, but I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's incredibly sweet of you, and well, it looks like I have a brand new 40k game to. I should stream and play a game here. I don't know if it runs on a Mac, but I can certainly run it on Kat's computer.
Yeah, we should set it up.
Yeah, there's that Templar character, I think, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I feel bad, like I'm not used to accepting things, so that's very kind of you, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's very sweet. All right. Um, you also supported me a different way in that you gave me green stuff, which I can't find, but it's somewhere. There it is. You gave me some green stuff before you went on your little adventure. So, thank you. I'm really excited to play it. That's so sweet. I'm gonna have to. I know that there's an Ogren character in that game or something that you can play as, which is kind of fun. But I am excited to play a very righteous character because that is my nature. Okay, well that's exciting, and that really made my night. Thank you. Mucho super apreciado, amigo. Thank you. Um, so I've Evie Thinka. I like that. All right, let's get started on some green stuff here. Should probably clean out this water at some point. Alright, I got this green stuff here. I've never played Darktide. I'm excited about it. I think you play like in a hive world or something. And it's kind of cool not playing as a space marine for once. Or, you know, somebody that's not necessarily a hero character, like a sister of battle, or a space marine, or anything like that. You have to play as what I'm assuming is more of a normal person who's just trying to survive and make it.
Fear and hunger.
Huh?
Fear and hunger.
Yeah, like a normal person that deals with fear and deals with hunger and has to kind of make it out there. So, very kind of you. And as always, I appreciate you coming by and stopping by on my stream, spending some time with me and letting me maybe use my silly voice to soothe a little bit and see how you're doing. Yeah, yeah, and that actually makes it more compelling, I think, because you know we are commoners. You know, we're regular people in this world, and we're all just trying to make our way through it. And a hive city, I'm assuming, is like an endless spire of billions of people in a single city. So, New York on steroids. And I feel like if you've ever watched Dread, the new one that came out, it gives a pretty good idea of what a hive city would look like, especially with the Arbites being essentially the judges. Um, huh?
RoboCop.
Yeah, kind of like RoboCop even. Great movie. If you get a chance to see it, why not? Hey, you should come over sometime and you, Kat, and I could enjoy Dread. It's a good movie. I really like it. You down? Yeah, that'd be cool. I really appreciate it. Last time we hung out, we watched The 13th Warrior. I was so comfy, though, because I was just nestled in between everybody that I think I kept falling asleep. And that was nice. So, um, yeah, that's really cool. All right, let's uh, let's do this thing. It probably hasn't had enough time to really set, but hold on, let's give it a little bit more time here. I think it needs a little less. I don't know if you could all hear all the signs back there. We have the doors open, letting in some fresh air tonight. And man, I'm all excited to play Darktide now. Shit. Man, right after that Helldivers announcement with the new war gear, I wonder what they're planning on doing. I hope they get like, yeah, look, if they put out a Sisters of Battle like outfit, I'm in. I'd be with a flamer, won't use any other weapon. I'll use all 20 of our reinforcement lives. Uh, I'll be the worst thing that's ever happened to freedom, but you know what? It'll be fun, and we'll all have a great time doing it, and that'll be good. It'll be good. Alrighty, so I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup here. Uh, God, that's so sweet. There. Doing a little bit of cleanup here. Getting this leg to... Oh, Darktide's got a Skitarii DLC. Is that the new one that just came out? Because if that's the case, that could be pretty sick.
I'll
She
play
would...
it with you.
Yeah, she'll play it. We'll play it together. Yeah, that's really awesome. She can play as her favorite little Skittle. Hell yeah. She's gonna love it. Thanks so much. We'll all play together. I think 4 of us can play together or something, yeah? I'd love that. It's a good group of friends I got. So, if you're new to the stream, which I don't know if it's anybody new so far, but if anybody watches these videos on this grand old thing we call the internet, um, welcome. We are, well, we are a good group of friends here. 4-people team. Oh, I have 4 people that I know that we could probably play this game together. Um, that's cool. So, here, I've got this green stuff here that we're just sticking on here. There. So I like to use some of these. I need to wet this. Yeah, 4-person team taking on the hive? Sure. Why not? Sounds like an average Friday night. These 4 wild and crazy kids. Does anybody remember that show, or am I that old? There was a show back on Nickelodeon called Wild and Crazy Kids. I don't expect that everyone's going to remember it, of course. It's old school, and I am old school myself. But there was this show back then called Wild and Crazy Kids, and they would just put these kids in like these situations that would not be sanctioned by OSHA whatsoever. And they would compete for prizes, like a new Casio watch. It was great. Back then, Nickelodeon had some really good shows, like Legends of the Hidden Temple, uh, Salute Your Shorts, but they had like, it's the shows that I was really there for, like the game show type stuff. There we go, look at that. And that really covers the gap here for this, and it looks like she's bending that her knees because she's about to land. And with that, we can put this on there, and it really makes it come together. Now, if I'm skilled enough here, it's too wild and crazy, guys. Yeah, I know what that is. uh, alrighty. So, if I'm skilled enough, I could probably recreate a little bit that little circle area. Now, I'm not that skilled, but I can give it a try. It's going to take a little bit of work, but let's see what I can do. It's all about having a little bit of patience and pulling in your material correctly. And if you get it, you can really make it look damn near seamless. Not a guarantee, of course. I'm not a professional, but I do try. There we go. We're doing something here. We're doing something. And getting that closer there. Give it a little squeeze with my fingers. There. That looks alright. That looks good. For what it is, it looks pretty damn good. Too wild and great. I'm so excited. I have never played Dark Tide. I've seen ads for it, and that new Skirtari DLC, I think, will really be up Cat's alley. Cat's alley. I think that's like a song or something. Cool. I made a reference of some kind. Alrighty. Great, great, great. Really just trying to make this work. I think I've autismed this enough. Okay. So get that shin guard going. Now I'm probably going to have to bend this knee as well, and that was the point of this, but it'll be a lot easier to do if I do it now and not later. So let me go ahead and glue this on and start looking at getting a closer eye at this. I know I'm just kind of moving pretty quickly, but I like this stuff, and I like taking risks with it. I think it makes it more exciting. There. And I've got a new video game to look forward to after this, so life is good. Life is good. Buddy, I hope you come back soon. There. That looks good. Alright. And because that green stuff fills in that gap. Huh? Not feeling too good? Got a headache? Aww. We'll get some medicine you soon. There. See, it's a subtle minor detail, but having the foot pointed downwards gives it a more dynamic look. It looks like there's movement now instead of just kind of, you know, like a green screen, you know? I was looking at how Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang's silly little hop, like bicycle kick move was made, and he really is just on a chair. I'm not even kidding. And if you look carefully, like, you can actually see the chair he's holding it. It's very silly. I recommend taking a look at it sometime if you get a chance. Is this what I was just... Yeah, this is the green stuff I had. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to find a way to just stick this in some water so it doesn't get dried out on me. Here, perfect. Take this, and stick some water in there. And it keeps my green stuff wet. I put too much water in there, but hey, whatever, as long as it's wet. That's how we like it. Let's see. Next step. I'm just gonna take another look at the chassis for a bit of a morale boost. Look at that. We're looking good. We're looking good. Alrighty, so that's good. And the idea is to have her upheld, spear up, bending her arm and coming down. some point this is going to be bent. You know what? We're gonna want that. And I'm gonna go take a look at my reference art real quick so I know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's definitely bent. Okay, well, fuck me. That's how this is gonna go. But I don't want to move it while this is still drying. I'm just hyped to do it now. Alright. Slight adjustments. Okay. What's next? 31, 30, 32. No, 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 no. We're not doing it that way. We're doing it my way. Oh, there is none. I see. Okay, this is a bit... So she doesn't have like a piece of armor there. There's literally just cloth. That complicates this a little bit. So we're gonna see how this goes. The nice thing about it is Morvenn like shawl and cloth is not fancy. So it actually fits very well with some of the other girls I made, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. This is a good example of it. I made green stuff shawls for the bottom of it with bullet holes going through it. Okay? And this is the theme. Oh, I'm going to clean that up a little. Yeah, so green stuff shawl, and that's probably where we're going to have to end up going with. Now, and the same goes with the other one. Green stuff, like shawl or whatever the fuck that is, because it gives it more dynamism. Okay? And that's fine. I'm going to have to modify that one a little bit, but I'm happy with where it is. This is a bit more complicated, and good. Make it difficult. I relish the challenge. Let's see what we got. They want me to put a shawl behind her. Don't think that's going to happen. I have to put build part 28 and 33. Fuck it, blue ball. Let's do it. 28 and 33. Also, if you're sensitive to cursing, I don't care. I spent a long time in the military, and it is a habit that has not left me. So if that disturbs you, or if you don't like it, well, tough noogies. It's just how it's gonna be sometimes. But that's okay. It's just life, you know? I do this stream for my friends, but if you want to be a friend, you're more than welcome to come hang out. I'm pretty friendly for the most part, so don't stress. I want to be friends. We can be friends. And, it's a good time. It's a good time. Alrighty, let's see what we got going on here. Got my reference art in place. I think I can do this. But it is a little nerve-wracking, because I'm just like, oof, this is it's a build that I've been kind of hyping for myself, but if I get this right, will look so good. And again, if you don't push yourself, you won't be able to see what you can do. And I think that's arguably worse than not challenging yourself at all and failing, or challenging yourself and failing. You have to just do it and see. So, you know, give yourself the chance to fail if you can, but at least you do it on your terms, and you're not doing it on anybody else's. Okay, I've got to clean this piece up. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me tonight. It's a nice, peaceful Sunday night. If you've got plans or no plans, you're good here. Nothing special needs to happen. We're painting, we're listening to music, we're chilling, we're making art happen. And yeah, this is art. In a lot of ways, I think everything can be art. Science, in its own way, is art. And that's cool, I think. We should respect the craft of it. We should respect that color is art, and aspects of life is art, and even the tragedy of it, in some horrible way, can be art as well. Alright, I don't quite understand that piece so well, but I think I'm gonna... I don't need it, actually. I don't know. I'm gonna have to connect it anyway, so... It's like this weird little loop bell mid part thingy. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna just figure it out. So let's roll with that. There. There. Just cleaning this up. I don't think I need to attach it to anything just yet, because it's like the hip, and it's got these two pieces in the back, and she's got a lot of like covering over her legs, so I'm gonna have to, oops, sorry, I'm gonna have to like simulate that somehow with whatever it is that I end up doing for her. So we've got some tricky challenges coming up, but if we want to do this the cool way, sacrifices must be made. So let's do this thing. Okay, let's see. That piece is ready, that piece is ready. I'm not sure how that sits on her body. It looks like this, apparently. That's fucking weird. Alright, whatever. And I'm guessing that goes like that, which is also kind of strange. I'll probably have to curve it at some point, but I just don't know how yet. So let's set that to the side for now. She's just laying on a pile of wings over here. We're going to keep doing work on this. There's also piece 32, which is like stuff on her back. I hope I can find a way to use it, but I might have to remix some of this stuff. So we'll see how this goes. Hell yeah. Part 32 apparently goes like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Oh, it's like this. So it's kind of like that. But if I'm gonna bend this, it's not gonna work. Excuse me. Now what I can do... Ooh. Ooh. I have an idea. Oh my. I've got a crazy idea, actually. Okay. This fits well here. But it's not gonna fit well once I bend this knee. And I'm going to bend this fucking knee. But this needs to bend as well. Especially if I want it to be dynamic. So what I'm gonna do... I need to bend this thing unnaturally even, so I have to do it. That really hurts. I need to bend it by hand. Yeah, buddy. I'm using some serious hand strength here. Haha, actually that worked stupider than I expected. But it worked, and the whole plastic is bruised, but it worked. But it worked, and look at that. It works so that when I bend it, it'll just show this. Now, I have to also cover the front portion of it, but fuck yeah. Thank you, high quality plastic. That worked a little bit exceedingly better than I thought it would. Man, look at me thinking that wasn't gonna work. Shit, we're gonna get this thing built out tonight. Tonight! Okay, that's enough of me. Let's do this. So if I do that, bend the knee. Once the knee is bent, it'll conform to this piece of cloth that she has, and it'll look that much better. And then there's a front part. Okay, there's a front part to that as well. I'm doing this all in my head right now, so I know it's not very descriptive, but just stick with me on this. It'll be very cash money once we're done, okay? So without fear, be not afraid. Let's. Oh no, I got all this wet. Oh dear. Let's see what's going on. That's piece 29. I hope I didn't. I hope that doesn't like soak through. It'll be fine. It's no big deal. Piece 29 is gonna go in the front here, and that's where her knee is. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, really? It's like that? Ick. That'll be a lot harder to bend, but we're gonna see what we can do. Okay, now. Okay, so that is also gonna have to kind of get bent as well, because it's ultimately, oh man, I wish I could describe what the hell I'm doing over here as I should, but I really can't. So what's going to end up happening is all you kids are just going to have to see the end result of my madness when it's over. I promise it'll be cool, but it's not going to be great in the meantime. You're just going to kind of see me losing my goddamn mind in the meantime. That's okay. Everybody likes that process. Watching me go crazy is some people's greatest joy. And that's okay because that is what life does to us. Or models in this case. But it's a fun challenge, you know? Some people have like rock climbing and shit, and I have this. So, you know, whatever. Alright, this has to get. Oh, how am I gonna do this? This has to get bent too. I'm probably gonna have to extend it a little bit. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. I can't. Can I bend? No, that's too thick. It's too thick. So we're going to cut this a little bit. This is cured enough that I think I can just go ahead and brace on it. And it might help if I cut the right place. And there, and there, and there, and keep on cutting. Ow! Did I get my knuckle? A little bit, but I didn't cut myself, so everything's okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm I'm thin-skinned, but I'm still pretty tough. Remember, if you're gonna be stupid, you better be tough. Alright, kids. Let's see if this works out. I am doing my best. I am doing my best. And you know, usually I do all this in my head, so it's kind of fun to have all of you to like talk it out with and kind of face this with great courage. Let's see what we got. Just keep cutting, keep sawing away. Get some of that plastic scuzz off. There, there, there. And we're gonna bend this a little bit, and we're gonna see where this takes us. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, and if I got this calculated correctly, and as long as that doesn't fall off, it's gonna look something like this. Now we're gonna have to green stuff this part, but if I do that, and if I do this, we've got something, and it's already gonna look good. Now, you can't see it very well because it's a little mini on camera and my big ugly hands are covering it. They're not that ugly, actually. I think I have very nice hands. But I think we've got something. Uh, okay, so let's see. Okay, I think I've got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. Let's see. It's this piece is hanging on by a thread, um, but that's okay. This is exciting for me. Uh, Nobody else is stupid enough to try this. Uh, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, and thanks again for the game. I'll meet you online later, and we'll talk about it. I'll message you. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun. I didn't even realize how late it was getting, but have a good time, and I'll see you around. And thank you for your support. It really means a lot that you're just hanging out with me. I really like it. Okay. Got this, got that, got all of this, got all this. Now this leg is all crazy right now, but I think what I've got is better than what I thought I was going to get, and it worked out quite nicely. I'm going to have to just kind of take some chances here and, see what happens. Some super glue will go a long way. Um, Thanks again, Icy Deal. I really appreciate your time hanging out with me. It really means more than I can say. Well, I could say a lot, but I'm not gonna sap up the place over here. Alrighty. But it really is, like, it's a new thing. I just want people to enjoy what this is. And I don't really see too many people building models or painting things where it's just a chill environment. And, you're encouraged to just relax and maybe pull out some of your own models and, try it out. I want you to relax and see if this is something that you can do as well and enjoy it. Um, I've been doing this for several years. That doesn't mean that I'm good at it, but I do like it. And if I can enjoy it, and if I can kind of figure some parts of it out, then so can you. So be not afraid, try it out, take some chances, experiment with it, see if it's something that could interest you. And if it is, try something out. See if you can make it work for you. Okay, so this is now bent. It's looking good. I'm going to hold her by the toe here. And the model is in flux right, like this piece is in flux right now, but I'm going to keep going with it. And hopefully I don't mess it up too much. I'm not as patient as I probably should be, but that's okay. I'm not as patient as I should be, but I think it's gonna be okay. As I'm screaming over here. Ah! There. That looks good. Oh, that's not even attached right. Is it? No? Yes? Kinda. Yeah, there it is. Got it. Oh, oh. Get off my hand. It's got super glue on it, but you don't want that. Alrighty. There's some things I'm gonna need to fill in here with some green stuff, but it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Alright, so I'm gonna fill those pockets in with the green stuff. And so you can see here, let me get some focus on it. So behind this area, it looks a little flat, and we don't want that. So we're gonna stick some green stuff in there. Oh, I got too much super glue on my hands, and it's making me pull things off. I should probably chill out with this, but I'm too much on the pain train right now. I'm committed. So we're just doing it now. All right. Pray for Blue Rose. There. I got this at a good angle. Let me put the cover back on my plastic glue here. There's two types of glue that I use, super glue and plastic glue. And both are useful for their own things and useful in their own ways. I need to grab one of these tools, I think. No, I need something sharper. I have found that using dental sort of tools is really good for this type of modeling. And you can do a lot with some of this basic stuff here. So you can pick these up at any pharmacy. They're very easy to find. Just check your local dental area, I guess. And they're great for modeling green stuff, getting it to look cleaner. You can kind of work with it, mold it, use it, uh, but it really makes everything a little bit easier to work with. Oops, I'm banging around here. And I've got all of these little tools that I like to use in order to make this look good. So, great way to compact it up there and get a nice, solid looking thing. Alright, I think we're getting somewhere. Alright, sticking that in there, sticking that in there. There. That looks good. And with this, you're able to kind of give this a little bit more like style and definition, and continue sort of modeling this like you would. Oh goodness, I've got glue all over myself. Modeling this like you would a clay. Okay, so we've got something really good going on here, and well, I hope this narration is working for people. I've got glue all over this thing. I don't know how I've gotten this. I don't know if I've gotten it right, and I'm gonna have to make a lot of modifications as I go, but you know what? It's working. It's actually working. Yeah. Look at that. So it's definitely one of the more complex models to work on, you know, for this specific kind of project. But you know, if you're willing to put in the work, you can make something interesting happen. And then you stick the other side here. Oh, let's see how I do this. I think I'm gonna have to get creative, maybe? Let's see what happens. No, I think that's good actually. Yeah, look at that. Let's get creative. Alright, this is looking pretty good. This is nice, this is good, this is working. I definitely got a little impatient with that. Every time I do that, it's usually because like something's slipping out of my hand, but so far everything's kind of working out okay. There. There. So now we've got more of a descending angel look, which is what the entire goal of this was. And we want that to sort of reflect the model, and just bending it actually worked really nicely, surprisingly. This area I think is going to be hidden by other aspects of the cloth, so I'm not as worried about it. I will have to clean some of this extra glue that I accidentally stuck on there too much, but that's okay. I can work with that. It looks good. It looks like what I wanted to do, which is, it looks good, right? Alright, let's move on for now and see what we have to do. I am not going to attach it to the hip yet, just because I want to make sure that I get the angle of it sort of correct. And we'll see where it takes us. But it's working. It's working. Okay, so far we've got that going. And I guess there's the other. Oh, I've got to straighten the other leg. Oh no. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna make this work. And hopefully we can make it. The other challenge with that is making it in such a way that it connects to the other piece of cloth. If it doesn't, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll let it cure for the night and then add green stuff where it needs to. And because it's like a leather piece, it'll look just fine. So let's fucking do it and see what happens. Alright, let's see. That is piece 36 and 35. Where'd it go? I mean, I didn't know how I would get this far, and I got this far. So, 36. Great. Oh, I better put away this plastic glue. You don't want to leave glue out for too long or it just starts drying up on you and clogging your tube. 36 and 35. Is that... Where in the yakety sax is that? Oh, it's over here. Great. Oh god, this is such a pain. But actually, I don't think this part will be so bad. It might also require just a little bit of bending. Maybe even... Nope, not that. That can't be bent. I'm going to have to do some cutting. So this now needs to be straightened. And I kind of think I know how I'm going to go about this. So let's just do it and kind of pray. I found that the joint areas is kind of the best way to do it with the minimum amount of like messing everything else up. So that's what I'm kind of doing. And once you've done it a few times, you kind of get a feel for when to... I say that as I'm probably going to mess this one up a little bit. Alright, and then... Nice. That's not bad, that's not bad. Let's clean it up a little bit and see where we're at. So we've got a big tear on it now, which is what we want to do. And we're trying to make something happen here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Clean that up, get this going. I think what I'm gonna have to do is like take out some of this extra plastic. So give it a bit of a, like an angle. Oh, you know what? It'll probably be a little bit easier to cut. This X-Acto might do it, or I'm probably gonna cut my finger in the process. So, you know, tonight might be exciting, and there might be a hospital visit in my future. Or not. I might actually pull this off. Or not. We'll see. I'll show you why this is kind of precarious. I'm gonna sort of zoom in on the camera on me, but see what I'm trying to do here. Alright, let's clean this off a little bit. I might just have to pull that piece off and just let it flow. There. And just let it do its thing. Now, whether that needs green stuff or not is something we'll figure out in the process, but, you know, we'll take it as it comes. It's just a thing. It's just a thing, and, hey, you know, if you make a mistake, there are ways to fix this, as we've demonstrated tonight. So don't put too much oh, wait, which direction? Don't put too much pressure on yourself to get it perfect the first time. There's ways to fix things, and you shouldn't put too much pressure on yourself to get it right all the time. Just like things in life, you know? As long as you're willing to put in the work, you can fix things. So take this as a lesson. Write that down. Alright. So let that cure for a bit, and I'll see what my next part is. That kind of works, I think. Yeah. Let that sit there for a bit and let it dry out and see where we take this. Hell yeah. Alright, so part 34. Honestly, I think the legs was going to be the hardest part of this anyway. But getting past this part is really going to alleviate a lot of things. I will have to bend the arm, but even that doesn't seem like it's going to be so bad. I'm really not worried about it as much. But wait, it could always come and baffle me later. So, all right. So that goes 34 here. I'm starting to get kind of peckish. I might make myself a snack here in a little bit. Let's see what happens. I had a really nice salad for lunch earlier today. But who knows? I might need a little bit more later. Okay. Let's clean this up a little bit and take it where it is. Maybe I'm just stressed out and that's why that's happening. But that's okay. It's kind of fun. This is exciting. Building models can be an exciting little aspect of of stuff. And, it's Warhammer. So at the end of the day, you're building something that is going to be really cool. And customizing a model and making it yours is its own art. And I'm not saying I'm a professional. I am not saying that at all. But um, there are ways to make it interesting, and there are ways to sort of give yourself a little bit of more. Ooh, hey, there's something going on here that we can do. That could work. That could work. That could work. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Now, the little greave that oh, it's right here. Oh, good thing I didn't lose track of that. All right, the little greave there is just gonna go on that edge, and I think I can just go ahead and attach it without a. Oh, I cut too much. That's okay. Here, we'll balance it out. There. No one will know anything. We'll be none the wiser. See? It's like nothing ever happened. Just don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. There, there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. See? We're just cleaning this up, making it look really good so that we don't have to do it later. Because nothing is more pants-shittingly annoying, that's the term, than having to go back and try to clean it all up after the fact. So let's go ahead and just take care of that. I don't think I need to, yeah, so with the other foot that I did, I decided that I was gonna have her um, kind of touching down, but let me see. Maybe it looks good, maybe it doesn't, but yeah. Oh, I kind of want to. Why am I doing this to myself? Oh, I kind of want to make her look like she's descending, so I might restart that process. Ah, oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's put some plastic glue on this and kind of melt this together. There. I use a lot of glue for this, but I'm also making a custom piece, so it's just kind of going to be that way. Now, I think I'm also going to do the same thing where I have her sort of coming down on something, and so let's just fucking do it, and let's see where it takes us. It's a fun, it's a fun little activity with no stakes at all. And if you're just tuning in, what I'm trying to do with this Morven Vol is give her the sanguineous pose. And it's not that easy, but we're also going to add like 6 additional wings to her. So stay tuned, because we don't know how this is going to go. In order for me to do this also, I'm going to have to build the base. And if you've ever been curious about how base building works, well, this is a good opportunity for y'all to learn. So if there's any questions at all, the chat's open. I try to respond to any questions, and I try to answer anything as much as I can. It's always appreciated. I love hearing from people. I'm just going to clean this out a little bit. I love hearing from people. I like hearing what people's projects are. I love knowing that other people are, doing this sort of thing. My wife is playing Stardew Valley just a few feet from me, and she's not feeling so well, so she's just hanging out. And it's just a nice, relaxing not Saturday. It feels like a Saturday night, doesn't it? But it's a Sunday night, and hopefully y'all have some nice weekend plans for yourself, or had a nice weekend if you're working tomorrow. I am not working tomorrow, much to the chagrin of, I think chagrin is a word for this, much to my boss's dismay, but that's okay. Recovery is just as much a part of anything as the creative process itself. So, you know, still a little bit difficult, so I'm going to have to keep cutting. It gets a little dicey around this point, so we're gonna have to go slow. But, you know, it's been a pretty decently long stream so far. I don't know how long it's been going on for, but a few hours now. I've just been kind of hacking and building and attempting to build Morven Vol. There's going to be a certain point where I just kind of have to let her cure for the evening, so I'll have to stop, and then my wife will and I will head to the couch and we'll have ourselves a cuddle. Ah, this is much easier. Why didn't I think of this earlier? Okay, slow down now, Blue Rose, because we're going a little too fast. There. Ha! See, and now with this, she also looks like she is descending. The only problem now is that we have to add some green stuff here to sort of fill in that gap as well, because the greave is not going to cover it all. It's, you know, it's a project. It is a project, and it is something that we're just trying to do. So, okay, let's move on. Okay, get a little bit of that in there, you know. I'm gonna get this all stuck under my nails. Ew. There. Get a little bit of green stuff, you know, make sure that you still have plenty, because I do. And then we're just gonna fill in that gap. So, let's do it. Let's do it. The stuff gets sticky pretty fast, so I'm not really worried about it sticking to the plastic. I just hope I don't knock out the plastic as I do this. But even if I do, that's okay. There's a solution for everything. Remember, it's just model building. It's not the end of the world. It's your own little world, like, you know, like crocheting or knitting or um, any other sort of project that you have, where it's up to you to make it how you want to make it. And there's no rules, no real rules, at least. It's just whatever you choose it to be. And it's nice, yeah? It's really cool. So there you go. Fill in some of this stuff with green stuff here. Hair. Oh, I'm a little too high. There. And just like fill this in, get that in there. Give her a little bit of... If it's too straight of a foot, it just looks kind of goofy, like she's trying to stand on something, but she's not going to stand on anything in my model. That's what customizing a model is all about. We're trying to make her unique and different from all the other Morven balls you see on the table. And, you know, it doesn't make her any, you know, more effective in a fight, but it sure looks gnarly, doesn't it? And, you know, it's like a car. Like, a cool car, or like, you know, sure, some cars are faster and they're stylish, but there's some cars that just look cool. Like, say, a Toyota Century, right? That's a cool, old school, like, classic car, and it doesn't really go any faster than any other car. It doesn't get you, like, better gas mileage or any of that nonsense. But gosh dang, it looks cool as hell. And it's super comfy and all that stuff. So, you know, adding a degree of customization to your things, right, makes it more yours. And you take more pride in that. And, you know, that's cool. It's yours. It's like decorating your room or anything like that, right? So, all right, we got this nicely filled in. And I will try to stick that greave on again, and it'll look a little bit better this time, and it doesn't look kind of wonky like your well, it didn't look like it was descending before, and that sort of defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do. Now, the top half of the model is not very strong, and I kind of want to work that also. So I'm going to stick some green stuff in there to give it a little bit of back support. And there's going to be a point here where we're going to have to call it, because these green stuff pieces need to cure before you continue working on it. But that's okay, because it's better to take it slow As a good friend used to tell me, slow is fast. I'm going to get that green stuff from under my nail. Slow is fast, right? So even if you have to work a little bit slower, it's okay to do that if it makes your model look a little bit better and makes it a little stronger in the end. We want to be strong, you know? So let's give it some support. So let's stick that in there. Okay, that's a little too much, but that's okay. And we're going to stick that in there. See if we can just give it a little bit of extra support. And this will strengthen the model incrementally, but oh, it pops right back out. Incrementally, but it'll do a lot in the long term, right? And then also here, I can take out this extra bit of green stuff so it doesn't look so messy. There. Clean that off. Keep going. Clean that off and keep on moving. Keep on going. I'll have to clean up some of the other stuff as well. But that's the plan here. Pull that off, keep going, pull that off, and keep going. On the other side as well, we want to take out this extra, because it just looks like gunk if we keep it on there. And we don't want to do that. We want it to look clean and natural, like it all fits perfectly. We don't want to go too perfect now, because of course, but perfect enough is good enough, right? Sure. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. There. It's looking good. Just cleaning up this green stuff. Heck, I'm just getting better at green stuff during this entire thing. You know, the more you do something, and the more you try, the better you get at it. This applies to anything. Write that down. Okay. Take a look at my other leg. Yeah, it's okay. I'll do a little cleanup on it too. Yeah, get that off there. There's a bunch of gunk on this side, so I'll clean it up. There, clean that up. Again, green stuff needs overnight to cure, so at some point we'll be ending the stream so that we can give it a minute to sort of do its thing. You know, we don't want to rush the process too much. I tend to rush the process, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. You know, we want to give this some time to set and cure and make the model overall look better in the end. And that's what it's all about, you know. This is your model. This is your time that you're spending on it. I've got a little too much green stuff on this side, so I'm gonna try to lop some off cleanly. But it's so wobbly, I don't know if I can do that. No, I can't. It's just gonna kind of mess it all up. So we're just gonna break it and fix it. Break it and fix it. Sometimes you gotta break stuff, or what do they say? Crack eggs to take. What the fuck is the saying with the omelets? You gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. God, that is. How do I forget that one? Or as my wife has helpfully put it, there's a quote from Harvester. It's an old school 90s, a 90s point and click adventure. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the meat to gain the meat. If you have no context for it, and you probably don't, I recommend watching Game Grumps, entertaining couple of lads who really just, you know, get me laughing every time, and kind of were very encouraging in the process of starting my own little live stream. Now, I don't expect it to be as popular as theirs, of course. Mine's a simple little Warhammer stream, but it is what it is. It's simple, it's sweet, it's cute, and I try to do what I try to do. It's just a simple activity that I like. Man, I am really struggling with this leg over here. What if I just gave it a good squeeze with my hand? What about that? Yeah, you know what? Good enough. I'll let it cure and I'll let it sit here for the night. And, you know what else I'll do? I'll make sure that it's parallel. And then I'm going to stick some plastic glue on it. And I'm just going to call that part for the night. Because it is entirely too unstable to really be of much use right now. So that's okay. There. So second leg modified. Haha. Okay. Well, I think that's a good stopping point for where we're at right now. We've got a lot done, and we were able to reverse a few things. And, fortunately, the work that we did with those other Paragon suits really helped us figure out the steps that we needed in order to make this work. So, hey, that's great. We've made some good progress. We've got something cool happening over here. Hopefully, she looks as cool as I think she will. I think she will, personally, but we'll just have to see. I just noticed that this is left-sided, so that might actually help us later as we attempt to do something with this thing. We'll find out soon enough. Anyway, I think it's a good time to start calling it a night, getting some rest because I need my beauty sleep. And hey, if you're still with me and you've hung out with me most of the night, I huh?
I did.
My wife hung out with me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Thanks for hanging out. You can watch these recordings and learn a little bit about fucking up your models and having a good time doing it. Oh, and I'm gonna finish this cookie that I have over here. That's nice. It's nice. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Good night.